Hey guys, it's Talon and I'm back with another video. Today I'll be bringing you a review of my clone army for 2024. Now I do realize I released my last clone army video about 11 months ago, so it has been a minute since I released the clone army video. There's definitely been some changes and updates to this army, which includes finishing out some incomplete figures, which I think was like one or two. So basically all my Star Wars incompletes are about complete, which is really cool. That's a pretty big milestone for me. And then we've also added some clones from some sets that have released after that last Clone Army video. So the last Clone Army video is probably in like late June, early July, if I had to guess, by the 11-month mark. So that's what we got here. I also do want to mention something that I noticed. I did go back, that's why, I know the timeline and what the additions are and completions are for this, army to army time frame here. I looked back at the video and the quality of that video when it's played, on YouTube just normally, it is abhorrent. I'm recording in like 4K, I think like 1080p or whatever, or not, well, it wouldn't be both, it'd be 4K. I'm recording in the best recording style, format, whatever, for this phone. So, and I wasn't back then, so that might have been the cause. I was recording in 1080p, which is like the best, aside from 4K, that you can get on recording with a phone, and it was still coming up horrible. The quality of those videos is horrible. I rarely go and just watch my videos like after I post them to YouTube, because there's no reason. I've already watched them in my editing app. I already know like that they're set to go and all the editing's done and whatever I need to do is good. So once I post them, I don't really look at them. It's just, looking at the numbers if that's necessary. But looking back at that and kind of scrolling through and trying to see, what additions I made and what completions of Clone Troopers that I made as well, scrolling through that, the quality is horrible. So I'm gonna have to go back and look as well before I post this, which I will. And hopefully this comes out good, and hopefully the previous videos have as well, because I mean, if like my DC videos, because I changed over to 4K probably like late fall of 2023, so if my DC videos after that, the quality is still really bad, then that's really bad for those videos. A lot of those like motorcades and stuff are filmed with my camera, but like the ones of me like talking about stuff, if that quality is horrible there, then I don't know what's going on. YouTube is screwing me over either in my upload settings that I need to look at, if there are those, or it's just YouTube and there's nothing I can do about it. So I just want to let you guys know that, because it was something I noticed. It kind of ticks me the wrong way, because I'd like to have good looking videos, because I record them and they look great in the editing app, and when I offload them off the editing app, they still look fine. It's only like once they get uploaded to YouTube that it's like the quality like it's cut in half. So hopefully I can figure this out. If I can't, then you're just going to be watching kind of the same old look of video, but again, we'll see. I can hope for the best here, and we'll see. So hopefully I can deliver you guys a good quality video, because the army has had some good increases. As you can see here, if you look back at my old video, this is a much bigger frame that we're looking at here in terms of the angle the camera has to be at to see all the Clone Troopers. Previously, I had not breached a full gray base plate. I am proud to tell you, as you can see, I have breached a full gray base plate of Clone Troopers. This has been a goal of mine for a long time. I remember the goal back in the day to breach one of these white base plates here, which is the smaller size. Now to have breached a gray base plate, that's pretty huge. And I'm pretty happy with that accomplishment, and to have this much overflow already of, what is it, if I can do like quick counting and math in my head, 16, 19, 21, 22 extra Clone Troopers on another base plate. That's pretty substantial. So very happy with this army. About a year, of an increase. I think we were missing like 8 or so on the back of the gray base plate, so we've added about 30 Clone Troopers or so since the last video, which, in year-to-date totals, it's not a ton, but like it's honestly pretty good for my size of channel and kind of the sets that have come out and given me opportunities to get clone troopers, because clone troopers individually are very expensive on like Bricklink and such. So getting like older clone troopers to kind of supplement some of these ranks, it's tough. It really is tough. I've said for a long time I've wanted to increase my 327th clone troopers. Finding quality ones and finding ones for reasonable prices is very hard. It's almost impossible. So, you know, that's why certain things like that haven't really improved, or there hasn't been much change there. But, you know, getting new sets with new clone troopers, such as these shock troopers, such as these plain phase 2 clone troopers there, which we'll get into once we get into the Army overview, you know, that really does help kind of bring up that total a little bit there. But yeah, enough of me talking. I've been talking for a long time, so probably useless there. But let's get into the overview. So take you guys above here, give you the overlook. It looks good. It really does look good. I'm quite happy with this army, this formation here. You know, a lot of people who have the big armies, you know, they can have like, oh, all my 501st troops on one base plate. I'm not that cool yet, so, you know, we're sticking with kind of the rank and file that we have here. But I think it looks good regardless. So let's get into it. Seems like we always start with the 501st troopers. They always seem to be on this side of the base plate, but here they are, and let's get into them. So we have, if I remember correctly, we have 29 of the 501st clone troopers from the 2020 battle pack. And we have 4 of the older ones, the animated style. We have 4 of the specialists, 8 of the jetpack troopers, 4 of the, no, these guys are the officers. These guys, the snipers, are the specialists, 8 of the heavy troopers. And then back here we have some new guys. We have that 29th of the 2020 no helmet holes phase 2 501st clone troopers. And then we have 2 of the helmet holes ones from the Jedi Temple Escape set that came out recently. We've got an AV Figures phase 2 one. We have ARC Trooper 5s, which is new, and then we have the pilot. So that's the 501st. The new ones are going to be those helmet holes ones and ARC Trooper 5s. I believe everybody else has been the same. Then we have 2 Lightning Squadron ARC Troopers, who have not changed a bit. Then we have the Shock Troopers, which I believe all of these guys are going to be basically new, except for our 3 we've always had, being the phase 2 with the helmet visor holes. From the 2007 battle pack, we've got the AV Figures phase 2, and then we have the 2014 animated style phase 2 shock trooper there. Then we got 7 new ones here. We have 6 of the new ones, and then we have a Commander Fox there from the gunship and from the new super battle pack. Then we have the 187th, where we have 4 of the regular ones, and then we've got 2 of the airborne. We have the Bad Batch here with Tech, Wrecker, Hunter, and Echo. We've got Wolf back there. We've got 3 of the 2010 Swamp Speeder cutout visor plain phase 2 clone troopers. We have the realistic style. We have the just plain one. We have 2 of the Gunners, 2 from Jonak Toys, and 1 from AV Figures. Then we have 2 Commander Hammers. I will mention this guy is Commander Hammer. That's his name. He was seen in a single scene in the Clone Wars Season 3 during the Camino attack episodes. He was in the hangar, and he was literally in one scene just like putting his fist up to tell the other troopers to halt before the Aqua droids came in through the doors. That is literally all we saw of him. He's in a battle pack, but yeah, we got 2 of them. One of them is actually now missing the little, thing that goes on his neck and around his back to hold the backpack, because it was the wrong color, I realized. So I did make a Bricklink order recently for some extra parts to fix up some of my sets that are missing parts, and one of those is in there, so he'll get that real soon. Then we have the 212th here, which I believe I did have the newer style, the 212th, by the last video, but if I did not, they may or may not be new. So we've got 2 of the realistic style from the battle pack in 2014. We've got 2 realistic from Jonak Toys. We've got 3 of the newer style with the helmet holes. We've got Commander Cody. We've got one of the animated style older ones from, I believe it was the Umbaran MHC from 2013. We have the AV Figures 2000 Trooper, and we have 2 airborne. One was from the 2014 battle pack, and one was from the Grievous Starfighter from 2020. Then we have the Kashyyyk 41st troopers here. We have 10 of the scouts. 2 of them have like these different leg printing markings. So we've got 8 of the ones that are kind of like the 2014 variants, and then 2 of kind of the newer, I think like 17 or 18 and onward versions. Then we have 2 Commander Grees. I think they have like different leg variations or something as well, like some little strap is a different color, but they're technically different, but I mean, they're both basically the same. Then we have 7 of the, I want to say they're just like recon clone troopers from the 41st. Then we have 1 lonely 327 Star Corps trooper who, again, I just have not been able to add to his ranks, even give him a second guy. They're a bit hard to find too, honestly. Then we come up to a bunch of new guys here. We have 10 of the newer style plain phase 2 troopers with the helmet holes from the super pack. Then we have 2 more back here, so you could add these to the total to be 12, and these are 2 from the M&R shop. I bought these back in 2023 at Brick World Chicago. Then we have a gunner. Then we have the 91st. We've got 2 BARC troopers and 1 of the older style with the cut visors. Just so you know, these 2 BARC troopers here, everyone likes to call them Commander Neo. They are not Commander Neo. Neo has a pauldron. Neo has a waist cape. Neo looks like a commander. These guys are from the Order 66 scene. That's what they're based off of from episode 3. They're just BARC troopers. They're 91st BARC troopers. So don't get all sad and weird about that, because that's what they are. Then we have the 332nd. We have 4 of them back here with the jetpacks with helmet holes. We got 2 just regular ones with helmet holes, and we've got the 2 without helmet holes. And we've got 2 Commander Bonds. We've got 4 of the older style plain phase 2 troopers there with the cut visors. Then we have my favorite section of the Army, which is the realistic phase 1 clone troopers here. Definitely and easily the best iteration of these guys. Realistic, in my opinion, was the best phase of what clone troopers looked like in LEGO Star Wars. I don't think the change to this kind of mix of realistic and animated was necessary and did them any good. I think it just made them look kind of more I don't know, janky. They don't look as polished as these guys did, because these guys, they look good. And that's why these guys, I would say these realistic phase 1s are definitely the troopers I've added to the most when it comes to like not getting sets, like these guys in sets. Most of these guys have been added based on me just buying them off of Bricklink or building them via parts that I find or have bought on Bricklink. But yeah, so we've got, what's that gonna be? We've got 13 of the ones without leg printing. So we've got 12 up here and then just 1 guy sad back there all alone. Then we have 2 over here with the leg printing, which was from the Jedi and Clone Troopers Battle Pack. We have 2 lieutenants, we've got a commander and a sergeant. Then we have the original phase 1 clone trooper from 2002 and 2003 with the cut visor. Then we have the new version of the phase 1 clone troopers, who are definitely inferior to the old ones. We have 6 of the plain ones and then 4 commanders. Then we have the Geonosis troopers, 1 just regular phase 2 and 1 airborne. Then we come up to the animated style phase 1 clone troopers here. We've got 6 of the plain ones. We've got 2 bomb squad troopers. We've got a gunner, a pilot, and a commander. Then we have 6 Senate Commandos here. I know they're not clone troopers, they're not even clones, but I always include them in the Army just because they're like some sort of Republic trooper. So we've got 3 of the realistic ones, 1 Clone Wars animated style, and then we've got 2 captains or commanders back here. One of them is the realistic and one of them is the animated style. Then we have 3 Rancor Battalion troopers. I definitely don't want to decrease to 2, that'd be pretty sad. Then we've got 2 Horn Company troopers right there in the animated style. So yeah, that is going to be it for the Army. So here's another overview of it. It's looking good. Very, very glad with the increases in troop amounts, and just over the moon about being able to get past that gray base plate threshold. It's taken a little bit of time, but you know, things take time. You got to be patient. You just got to keep you know, picking up the sets, picking up some extra clone troopers on the side if you want to keep building the army. And well, I am a massive fan of the Clone Wars and Clone Troopers and episode 2 and 3 for that reason as well. So I'm, you know, I'm gonna pick up those sets that have those Clone Troopers. So, you know, that's what I've been able to do here, and what's helped me get across this finish line with this gray base plate. So yeah, after a year, almost a year, I'm very happy with this army. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give the video a like if you liked the Clone Army. Comment your thoughts down below and what Clone Troopers you'd like me to add. Nobody, I don't think, has ever commented that, so you could be the first to tell me to actually get another 327 Star Corps Trooper or another different type of Clone Trooper that you like and you'd like to see an increase to. So who's going to be the first? I don't know. We'll wait and see. And then subscribe to the channel if you're new. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this video. So thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.